Okay guys, so I'm editing and I really don't want to be sued. So I realized that I did not put a disclaimer. Everything in this video is alleged. Everything in this video is allegedly true and I cannot confirm or deny these allegations. Enjoy. As most of you may know, I was planning on doing a whole series called the Lillee Jean Files because I'm kind of a bootleg Repsion at this point, and I really wanted to do a whole in-depth series talking about Lillee Jean and her rise to internet fame, because there's a lot of details that a lot of other creators, as great as their videos are, there's just so much to unpack. I worked really hard on my video. It is completed. Unfortunately, due to this circumstance in the topic of this video, I don't feel comfortable posting it right now. I don't think now it really is the right time, and honestly, I don't know if it ever will be, because this really changes a lot of things. For right now, this is going to be a heavy topic video. I'm going to be talking about child neglect. I'm going to be talking about statutory rape. I'm going to be talking about child grooming, which is what's going on. There is a chance this video is going to be demonetized, but frankly, I don't care. This is very, very, very important, and we need to talk about it. I know when I announced that I was going to be doing a series on my community tab, some of you didn't really know who she was. Like, you guys expressed that you didn't know who she was, but you were still looking forward to my content regarding it. So I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown of who she is and why she's being talked about today, why I wanted to do a video on her, why other creators have been doing videos on her. Let's begin. You may peep me looking down at my notes. That's fine. I really don't want to miss a beat. So Lillee Jean is a beauty guru on Instagram and on YouTube. She currently has about 6,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, while she is close to 1 million followers on Instagram. The reason this girl is so controversial is because a lot of people, me included, believe that she's done some pretty shady things to be where she is now, especially on Instagram. Buying fake followers, having bot followers, faking sponsorships, faking invites to events. My nails need to be done, I know. And even going as far as to create a whole fake friend circle on Instagram. This girl has pretty much fabricated her whole life on the internet to make her appear much more popular than she really is. Anyone who speaks out on this speculation and bring forward solid evidence is immediately hit with threats of a lawsuit, threats to dox, police reports, FBI reports. It's actually insane. Her mother actually threatened to dox me on Twitter before I even made my video, before my video was even fully planned out. I just announced that I was going to be doing a video and she threatened to dox me. So they are on it. But it's not just Lillee Jean behind this, it's also her momager who goes by Lore. Lore is honestly one of those batshit crazy mothers that if you speak negatively on her daughter, she will even go as far as contacting your employer. She's admitted to this and she does not regret it. She shows no remorse for it.
I called 2 places. 1, 2. That's it. I called 2 places because I couldn't reach the people who were talking about Lillee and who were defaming her. And I was hoping that I could either reach them at work, or if they wouldn't come to the phone, I could then at least ask their employer to give them a message. And in each of those conversations, I asked that nothing happened to that person with their job. I just asked if they could please speak to them since I can't reach them. You may think it's wrong, but you know what? If you have a kid and you can't resolve it, okay, what would you do? You mean to tell me you'd sit there and allow your kid to be bullied? If you would, I don't want you as my parent. I think it's disgusting.
Keep in mind that Lillee Jean is an adult. At this point, she is 18 years old. She just turned 19 yesterday. As of me recording this on April 18th, she turned 19 years old. So she is a full-on adult. I would understand, not really agree with this kind of behavior, but I would understand where it's coming from if Lillee Jean were to be like a 13, 4-year-old 14-year-old Instagram influencer who is like new on Instagram, and her mother's not really like positive about the whole social media aspect. I would understand that. But Lillee Jean has literally been on the internet since she was 10 years old on a beauty blog, and she's been in the industry. She claims to be part of this industry since she was like 8 years old. I'm sorry, not since she was 8, but for 8 or 9 years now, because she turned 19. So her mother's pretty familiar with the internet, and like I said, she is an adult now. Lillee Jean's an adult. There is no need for her mother to be defending her and going to such lengths to defend her at this point. A lot of people see and have taken notice that when it comes to like reports and false claims and all this doxing, it's usually her mother's the mastermind, not really Lillee Jean, but Lillee Jean does like encourage it, so she's just as guilty. It's also very important to note that Lillee Jean is known to lie. She lied about collabing with Bite Beauty. She lied about being invited to a CoverGirl campaign, which in reality, you just submitted your photo and a pledge to be cruelty-free, which by the way, she's still using makeup that's being tested on animals to this day, so I don't think she really cares about whether makeup is cruelty-free or not.
Also, I'm going into the Rimmel Browless Way in the Maybelline Lemonade Craze. Going into MAC Russian Red, being Pat McGrath McMenemy with a little bit of MAC Russian Red. My Maybelline Super Stay in 102 Fair Porcelain. Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush in 10 Rosy. My NARS Translucent Crystal Setting Powder.
She will do anything to get the slightest bit of clout, the slightest bit of fame. She's even faked she's even faked going out in public and singing in the street and the paparazzi catching her.
No.
So this boyfriend can very well be fake. She never shows him on social media. In fact, the only person that she really shows on social media would be her mom. That's basically all we know in terms of her personal life and her little circle. It's pretty much just her mom. So yes, her boyfriend can indeed be fake. If he is fake, this just makes the whole situation even worse. This does not excuse her behavior. I don't want to hear her saying like, it never really happened. Like, sis, the message that you put out there has been put out there. And I'm talking to Lillee and Lore directly because Lore, for whatever reason, still follows me on Twitter. Girl, what are you doing? So whether this boyfriend is real or not, she is spreading serious misinformation to her young fan base. I'm talking little kids to young teenagers, telling them that it's okay to involve themselves with someone nearly a decade older than them while they are young, and saying it's okay. At the end of this video, I am going to be going into some inconsistencies in terms of how old her boyfriend is. Some of the things that Lillee Jean has said doesn't really make sense. It's all stuff that I got directly from her. I really didn't go digging that much. I just went through a couple of her videos and just paid attention. So all this information I either got from a legal website or directly from Lillee Jean's mouth herself. Oh, and also from DMs between Lore and someone else that BFFDs on Twitter knows. I'm not really friends with that person, but I've spoken a lot to Diane, aka BFFDs. I trust her with this kind of information. Her channel will be linked down below. I know she's planning to be doing a video on the whole timeline of this whole entire relationship. So if you guys want a really good timeline, I highly recommend you like subscribe to her, turn on notification bells, because like I said, she will be doing a whole video. I'm just going to be touching lightly on the not lightly, but I'm going to be touching on the inconsistencies of said timeline. So Lillee Jean's boyfriend goes by Felipe. He also goes by Fipi or Feep. Those are typically the nicknames that she gives him. And Lillee Jean has said that she's known him since she was 9 years old. On her birthday live stream on Instagram, you can see in the following clip, she couldn't even remember how old he was when they met.
How old's my boyfriend? I see you. So when I was 9, Peep was... I suck at math. I'm like a stupid fucking moron. We're gonna let that one sit.
Lillee Jean says that there is a 9-year age gap between her and her boyfriend. They have known each other since she was 9 years old, which would make him 18 at the time.
You're going to jail!
18 years old, getting involved with a 9-year-old. They're not together yet, but this is a process of child grooming.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail! Period!
Lillee Jean is currently 19 years old and her boyfriend is 26 years old.
Peep is 26. Yeah, his birthday was in December, so my saggy baby.
I know that doesn't really make sense because she has said there's a 9-year age gap. I will be getting to that towards the end of the video when I talk about the inconsistencies in the relationship. So throughout the whole live stream, Lillee Jean keeps reiterating that there is a 9-year age gap, so that is just what I'm gonna be going by. Despite her saying in this comment under one of her latest mediocre makeup videos, denying that they were dating when she was 15, she said that they've been together for 5 years, which would have made Lillee Jean 14, no more than 15 years old at the time.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? See, this is why I don't want to put him on my stories, on my video, because I say that we're like 9 years apart and it's like a problem for people. Yet I'm a legal adult and we've like known each other. And as long as you have consent from a parent, it's fine. Anyways.
Lillee insists that her relationship is legal because she consented to the relationship and her parents have also consented to the relationship, and that her mother has worked in the law field, so she knows everything apparently in terms of law, basically.
No. Illegal is when you report it and it's not consent. If your parents agree to it, it's fine. It's illegal to date a minor, yes, if you report it and it's like not consensual and something's weird. Unless it's reported, it's not. And plus the fact, if it's consented by the parents, they still cannot do anything because the parents consent to it. Yeah. This is why I do not show him, because people judge. A perfect example of why I do not bring him on any of my streams, put him on anything, because just saying that we have a 9-year age gap is like, oh no. Love is love. Haplong, he is not a pedophile. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is perfectly why I do not show any of this, because I had a happy moment, and once again, people had to come in and be horrible or just very judgy, and it's like, what is wrong with you? I'm done. I'm not gonna get upset because, no.
Her mother, Laura, actually worked as a legal administrator. You may be thinking, a legal administrator, wow, they must know a thing or two. A secretary in a law firm. That's not to say that's not a real job, because obviously that is a job. They make some pretty good money. But it's kind of like this. If you were to go to your doctor and your doctor's busy, are you going to be talking to the doctor's assistant? Like the secretary, like the one like checking you in? Are you going to be talking to her, getting a diagnosis out of her? Or are you going to wait for your doctor? So yes, she did work in law, but she was a secretary. She wasn't a lawyer. She wasn't in a courthouse. She wasn't like right there defending someone, like just a secretary. Anyways, so she lives in New York State. So let's go to New York State and visit the statutory rape laws in New York State. If the perpetrator is 21 years old or older and the minor is under 17 years old, then it is a Class E felony, which carries a prison sentence of 3 to 4 years. If the perpetrator is older than 18 years old and the minor is under 15 years old, then it is a Class D felony, which has a maximum prison sentence of 7 years. Nothing about consent from the parents is mentioned. If your parents are okay with the relationship, however, and don't press charges, but if it were to be reported from somebody else, say a close friend of Lillee Jean, who Laura claims she had a lot of friends, I'm pretty sure they knew about this relationship. If it were reported by someone else, like one of her friends, the state will get involved and press charges. So Lillee Jean pretty much saying it's only illegal if it gets reported, pretty much saying, hey, it's only illegal if you get caught. You'll only get in trouble if you get caught.
Jail!
Of course, the statutory rape laws only apply if Lillee Jean and Phoebe were involved sexually within their relationship before she hit the age of consent, which is 17 years old in New York. But what if they didn't fuck? If they didn't fuck, this is still a case of child grooming. Now, for those who don't know what child grooming is, we see it with Onision. Child grooming is befriending and establishing an emotional connection with a child and sometimes a family to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. Like I said before, Lillee Jean claims to be 9 years old when Phoebe was 18 years old and they met. What can an 18-year-old man possibly have in common with a 9-year-old little girl? When I was 9 years old, I was listening to Kids Bop. Embarrassing, I know, but I was listening to Kids Bop, playing with my littlest pet shop toys. I had a plush dog named Goldie, and every weekday after school, I'm talking from 4 p.m. until 5:30 p.m. for an hour and a half, I was in my mom's room, glued to the TV with Goldie, watching PBS Kids Go. I was watching Fetch with Ruff Ruffman, Arthur, and Word Girl, all in that order. When I was 18 years old, I had already changed my major twice in my freshman year of college and job hunting at 4 different malls all over my island. I lived in Puerto Rico at the time, and I was actually getting serious with my makeup. Your mind, as a 9-year-old, is drastically in a different place than that of an 18-year-old. I don't think there's debating it. If you think different, you're wrong. The same applies between a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old, which Lillee believes that there isn't a problem with because it's only 5 years.
Like, I do think it's weird somebody 12 dating somebody 30. That's like, huh? I don't think it's weird somebody 12 dating somebody, 17. I don't think that. That's just me, personally.
Let's see. When I was 12 years old, I was in 7th grade, and when I was a 17-year-old, I was graduating high school. You're going to tell me there's nothing wrong with that? An age gap in adults just cannot be compared to that of an age gap between children, because when you're an adult, your brain is practically fully developed at this point, and you two are hopefully in the same mindset in life where you're trying to be financially stable, you want to have kids, maybe you don't want to have kids, like you guys already have a set life for you. Lillee Jean likes to say that her parents have a 15-year-old age gap. At first, I didn't think much of it, just because if her mother is 30 years old and her husband is 45 years old, there's really nothing wrong with that. And let's go lower. If your mother was 35 years old and the father's 40 years old, no one's really gonna bat an eye and think that's predatory, because like I said, you guys are consenting adults with a similar mindset. Your brains are fully developed at this point. However, it has come to light that Laura, aka Lillee Jean's mother, was actually 16 years old when she got married to her now husband, and he was 31 or 32 years old. She denies that that's not true. Here is a DM of her pretty much saying the age difference. So they've been married for 36 years. Lore is currently 52 years old. So you just do basic math. 52 minus 36 is what? 16. She got married at 16 to a 31-year-old man. By definition, her husband is a pedophile. There is no reason for a 31-year-old man to be so attracted to a 16-year-old high schooler to the point that they want to get married. Oh, but I don't know if this is new. I don't know if things were different back then. However, now, if the statutory rape laws, they don't really apply to a married couple. Only if, obviously, there's not consent from both parties. If there is consent from both parties to have sexual intercourse, no matter the age gap, as long as they're married, it's okay. Just thought I would throw that in there. Lore says, I'm sorry, by definition, your husband's a pedophile. Lillee Jean, by definition, your boyfriend is a pedophile and a child groomer. We already know that Phoebe and Lillee Jean have engaged in sexual contact because it is something that she says in her live stream she needs to be tended to sexually.
I need to be tended to sexually and mentally.
So assuming that her boyfriend is real and everything that she said about her relationship is true, unfortunately, Lillee Jean has fallen victim to child grooming, whether she wants to accept it or not. Felipe managed to gain the trust of not only Lillee Jean, but her family as well, since she was 9 years old. 9 years old, but we'll get to that. And then they got in a relationship when she was only 14 years old. But what if he is not real? Look, guys, I totally believe that we should believe victims, okay? But from what I see, Lillee Jean isn't reporting a case of child grooming. Like, she's not coming out and saying that she's a victim to grooming. It's literally just conclusions that everyone has drawn, including me, because that's what it is. But because of her track record when it comes to lying about pretty much her whole life on Instagram, I feel like it is important that we talk about what if her boyfriend is fake and why it makes a whole thing even worse on her end. If Phoebe is not real, Lillee Jean is spreading dangerous misinformation and encouraging her fan base of young teens and little kids who watch cartoons and play with dolls and love Disney, that it's perfectly fine to be involved with an adult romantically, no matter what age, even if you haven't even hit double digits. Lillee, you have an audience, even if it's smaller than you want us to believe, because in the live stream, she was really struggling to break 30 viewers in the live stream, and she has almost 1 million followers on Instagram. This is why people think that she buys followers. I saw it with my own eyes, girl. Don't even try it. Anyways, you cannot be saying these kinds of things. You are normalizing grooming and creating more victims of child grooming, and that is not okay. And Lore, because I know you're watching this, because you still follow me on Twitter, you encouraged this and didn't stop this relationship. You approved of this relationship and hid it from the law. And this is all information Lillee Jean has put out on her own. I didn't do that much digging, okay? I'm not a stalker like you like to call people who do a little research on your public figure of a daughter. I'm not stalking you. This is all information that Lillee Jean has put out on a silver platter. And it tastes really sour. I hate it. I hate it here. Lore, you actually disgust me. And I sincerely hope you, and especially Lillee Jean, if she has fallen victim to this, get the help that you need. Let's talk about inconsistencies. Now, while Lillee Jean did say in this live stream that she was 9 years old when she met Phoebe, which might I add means that he was 18 years old, a legal adult. She has said in a video from literally this year, February, so 2 months ago. She has known him since she was 4 years old.
So the next one up is my boyfriend. So, I don't know. My stalker decided to start a rumor that I send myself flowers. And that was part of like the Q&A people wanted to know. Yeah, I have a boyfriend. A lot of people online don't like to put a presence up. I have known him a really long time. Probably I would say since I was about 4. So I've known him and I feel confident, so I didn't think it was a big deal not to show you guys him.
Which means that would have made Feep 13 years old. Homeboy's not even a child anymore. He is a teenager. Lillee Jean's probably about to start kindergarten or is in preschool. I don't know. When I was 4 years old, I lived in Buffalo, New York, and that's when I started kindergarten. So, but keep in mind, this is still following the 9-year age gap that Lillee Jean has already established. Lillee Jean said that her boyfriend's birthday is somewhere in December, early December, I'm assuming. He's a Sagittarius.
Pete is 26. Yeah, his birthday was in December, so my Saggy baby.
She said it. She just gave me that information on her live stream. I feel like I need to keep reiterating because Lore just loves to say that people are stalking her daughter and just digging too much into it and that it's harassment. Like, girl, this is all information that your daughter has put out. I am tired. I hate it here. So if Lillee Jean is 19 years old and her boyfriend's birthday is in December and we're still following that age gap, that means that her boyfriend is currently 27 years old, turning 28 at the end of this year in December. She says that he is 26 years old.
Pete is 26.
So I did a little math right here on my script for this video. But once again, we're following the 9-year age gap. So this would mean, like I said, if they were together when she was 14 and he was 23, yes, that is a 9-year age gap. So Lillee Jean would have been 14. He would have been 23. The following year, 15, 24. Following, 16, 25, 17, 26, 18, 27, 19, 28. So in conclusion, shit's just not adding up. I put that information out there because it's not new information. It's literally just tad bits of the information that she put out there for me. And I just kind of like just put them all together. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Do I believe that this relationship is fake? I don't know. I'm leaning more towards yes, but I still have that doubt in my mind where it's like, no, this is actually really real thing and Lillee Jean is involved in child grooming, and this would possibly explain the way that she acts on social media. I would also like to point out that it's a little concerning seeing a 19-year-old girl who plays with dolls, always talks about Disney, how much she loves Disney, dresses up as Disney characters, still has all of her baby teeth and doesn't want to do anything about it. I know that sounds really mean, but I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. She changes her tone of voice to just sound younger than she really is. When she was 15 years old, her voice was drastically different.
Chocolate Bonbons palette. I've had a lot of requests for using this palette, especially in my last swatches video, which I will list over here. Now, I know I normally do not do swatch videos, haul videos. They're kind of like special treats for you lovies. But today, I got my Lime Crime Velveteen order, and I'm going die hard over here because each color is absolutely amazing. Today's video is going to be very vintage in some ways, but it's also going to be that classic dark smoky eye that you can wear in the summer just because I made it very light on the face makeup. Hello genies and welcome back to my channel. I am currently freaking maimed. I tried taking some really cute photos with Silky. So I mentioned a nighttime routine because I'm somebody who kind of like changes things up as I go along. I'm going to wake up my skin with a little bit of Pixie Beauty Glow Mist. Give that a nice spray.
She actually responded on Twitter before she blocked me that it was because she was trying to come off as older. However, in this clip that I'm going to insert right now,
I'm from Area 51, I guess. Okay, I think people are not genuine and they really don't want to save aliens. They just want to see them to verify for themselves. Okay, I think the aliens could care less about you and me. Sorry.
It was only from 8 months ago. She has already had this drama kind of go over her head. By drama, I mean the whole, like, you're fake. Like, you've bought everything. Like, your followers aren't real. At this point, she is 18 years old, and this is her natural voice. So she cannot tell me, like, I'm not buying it. You lie too much, girl. You lie too much. I'm not going to believe you. All right. Yes, I know this video was very heavy. It's definitely one of my heavier videos. I promise you I have lighthearted videos coming on the way. Like I said, the Lillee Jean files are currently on hold. I don't know if I'm ever going to be sharing that information. I think what I'm going to be doing is just posting the clips that I've gathered on Twitter because it's a bad time. It's a bad time, and this is a lot more important than whether or not Lillee Jean has bot followers when we've already established that she does. Anyways, guys, I really hope you're staying safe during these times. Thank you so much for putting some time out of your day to watch me, to watch this video, and just hear me out. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. All my handles will be down in the description below, along with Diane's channel. Highly recommend you watch her because she's very informative when it comes to Lillee Jean, and she's actually a really cool person to talk to. Diane, I know you're watching this. Hi! I'm also going to be linking below my ASMR channel because I have all this free time now. I'm definitely going to be posting soon. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.